Good morning, friends. Cheryl here with Ink Pulp, and we are back with another Art Before Breakfast. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to decorate a little wooden tray or box or whatever. I have several wooden boxes, some with lids, some without, and I want to do more of them, but we're going to start today with a simple one. Before I get started, I wanted to share with you one of my organization techniques. I'm trying to get my craft room organized. This is but a fraction of the laces that I have. And make sure, I bought, now I know you can get the little cardboard, hi Nydia, you can get the little cardboard lace holders like on Amazon. But the problem I've had with those is that they bend over time, especially if you store them like this, they'll start bending. So I got these, and they are actually wooden, and they were actually cheaper than the cardboard ones that I found. These are like 13 cents a piece, but they're a wood, and they come with these little clips that you can put. You see it on there? You can clip it on there so your stuff doesn't come unraveled. So there's a portion of the laces that I have, and when I say a portion, I mean just a small portion. Hi Pam. So I wanted to share that with you. These are all my antique laces, a lot of this stuff over in here, and just other laces and trims. And I'm gonna have to leave. Been asked to help a couple with getting a little girl to school. Oh, no worries. No worries, Big Mama. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, it really is. And I can see what the laces are. So, I can pull out one if I want to use it. It makes it easy to see. Now, I have a bunch of just little pieces that wouldn't warrant putting on a card. So I'll have to figure out something for those. But for my longer pieces, I like this. And then I also have several of the tall wooden spools for my really wide laces. Mike, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I knew I was going to sneeze. That's why I went quiet. um, Mike, this I was thinking would be good for random pieces of wire as well. It's been a slow climb, but I'm climbing. Yes, you will, Big Mama. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. That's what I'm doing with laces. Like I said, I got the wooden ones, so, they'll fit in here and they won't bend. All right, now on to today's project. I was up early and put a coat of gesso on this little wooden box. It probably, if I were going to see this part, I would probably, okay, Big Mama, I would probably put 2 coats, and I didn't do the inside, and I'll show you why in a little bit, but we're not going to see through it. I'm going to use another piece of rice paper, and it is this one. Look at how pretty this is with the letters and the writing. Won't that be a pretty little box? Now, this rice paper is from Stamperia, and it is, it's all in French. Yeah, I'll let you read it. That's the name of it, I think. Now, now that I'm seeing it over the white, because I just finished gessoing this thing, I just want to be sure that I want it this light. Let's look through the rice paper again really quick and see if there might be. Oh no, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I'm going to start from the back. I don't want to do a steampunk. Yeah, that's not the right one. Some of these are, you know, like squares. Got the violins. Too much tequila. Oh, that was my drink back in the day. I love tequila. I haven't had it in years. I used to love me some tequila. All right, this one is a Christmassy one, so we don't want that. Oh, I have these clocks. Maybe the clocks would be better, although I don't know if that page is big enough. Then I have a steampunk, another steampunk, and another steampunk. Hey, Mimi, we're going to cover a box today. So some of these are like individual images. Ooh, I have this purple one. This is a big one. Maybe we could do the purple. Don't like that one. And then here's another purple one we could do. I thought about this one, but that big flower would end up on the bottom and you wouldn't even see it. So, oh, this was the other one I thought about, but I didn't know if it was quite big enough. So some of these are just not the right thing. That one could be a background, but I want to do something other than just the, you know, the neutrals. Okay. So I think it's going to be between this one, and I don't think that would be. Now, the thing with this one is that, well, you know what I could do so that I didn't waste so much rice paper? I could go around and glue strips on here and just pull it down a little bit so that I don't cover the whole bottom, and we could put a piece of paper or some felt on there. Maybe that's what I'll do. There's this one with the hydrangeas. That's kind of a pinkish purple. And then here's a purple. And then we have the clocks. I think I'm gonna, so originally I had picked out this one, and I love this paper. It's gorgeous. But I think it's too light for that box. I don't think it's gonna give enough contrast. So, and I know right now I can guess which one Mike's going to vote for. I just know it. I feel it in my bones. Let me put this one back and then we'll vote. It's hard getting these things back into the bags, especially when they put the adhesive on the flap instead of on the bag. I'm just going to fold that adhesive inside because I don't want the rice paper sticking to it. All right. There we go. All right. So here are our choices, folks. We have A, B, C, and D. Oh, by the way, hey, Queen Bee. Oh, don't go anywhere. I've got something for you once we get a couple more people in here. So we have A, B, C, and D. So here's A. Okay. Here's B. It's purpley, but it's more pinkish. And here's the purple. That's C. And then D is the clocks. So A, B, C, and D. Help me decide which paper we should use. Oh, yes, to you too, Queen Bee. A, B, C, and D, you guys, and this is the little box we're going to cover. So this paper will go around the edge a little bit onto the bottom, but I'm not going to cover the whole bottom because it's a waste of rice paper. So I'm just going to go around the edges here. We have 2 A's. Oh, Mike, you didn't pick the one I thought you were going to pick. So I don't have any for C or D, so I'm going to take those out of the lineup. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So I have 2 for D. All right. So I have 1B, 1A. Mike, take your comment out with A because I know you don't want A. A, B, D, 2 for D, 2 for B. So I have 2 for B and 2 for D. We need a tiebreaker. Mimi wanted A. Do you want to switch to either B or D, Mimi? Oh, so I have 2 for all 3 of these. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi, Elisa. Thanks for joining. All right, so Elisa was the tiebreaker with A. Yay. Welcome. I haven't seen you in ages and ages. This one is... I don't see a name on it. I thought that was the name on the other, but that just says rice paper, decoupage rice paper. It doesn't give an actual name of the page, what it is. So the only thing I see on here, well, A is, oof, the dentist. Oh, I have this barcode and this number DFSA440. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's the only thing I have on it. Well, somebody ought to tell Stamperia they need to give us a name. Okay, before we go any farther, New Year's Eve was Queen Bee's birthday, and we haven't oh, don't go away, Bee. Don't go away just yet. Let's sing happy birthday to Queen Bee because we missed it. She wasn't here on her birthday. All right, everybody, grab your cup, your coffee cup, your water, your whatever you're drinking. And let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Queen Bee. Happy birthday to you. All right. Cheers. Happy birthday, Queen Bee. All right. So, Elisa, I'm not quite sure how you found us, but I'm happy you're here. Good morning. On her way to the dentist, Elisa is. Yuck. So I'm glad you found us, Elisa. We do this every day except Thursday and Sunday. Now, it's a good thing that I'm going to do this other. I'm going to go up a little bit. Yep, I'm just going to go around 2 ways and then I'll go the other 2. So, you're welcome. Have fun at the dentist, Alicia. Doesn't sound like fun to me, but we all got to do it now and then. I've got a broken tooth that at some point I'm going to have to go back and get fixed. Okay, this is 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to make it 2 inches because I want it to kind of fold over onto the bottom just a little bit. Are you still with us, Elisa? As you're heading off to the dentist? Okay. There's 1. You're welcome. I hope you had a lovely birthday and a happy new year and all that jazz. I don't know the rest of that, Mike. What's okay? So if you're planning to join us on a regular basis, I do keep a birthday list and we sing happy birthday on your birthday. Do you want to get in on the birthday thing? Let me know. All right, so I have this little tray. And I probably should have. I had to undergo dental surgery. Ugh. It looked just like you. I've never heard that before. All right, Elisa, if you want to do the birthday club, just let me know. I just need day and or month and day. We don't do years here. We ignore those. All right, I'm going to use some liquid matte medium. Okay. No worries, Elisa. No worries. We're a pretty laid back group here. All right, I'm going to put some matte medium on and then I'm going to fold this under just a little bit and then we'll put paper on the bottom of this so that I don't use up all this pretty rice paper. Okay, where's my matte medium? There it is. I uploaded an audio video of my birthday cake. Oh, okay. I'll have to go look at that. All right, so let me put down some matte medium here. I really want to do one with a lid because I want to decorate the top of the box. But I thought we would start with this one. Okay. My singing must have scared Elise off. It would scare anybody. I so cannot sing. Oh, and then in just a second, I want to show you again my organizing. There were only a couple of you in here earlier when I showed my organizing. Now we're going to take some sandpaper and sand that down a little bit so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Oh, where's Lori B today? I know. It just, you can get these. I got this at a thrift store for 50 cents, but you can get these at Michael's for not much money at all. And wouldn't these be cute to hold like stickers or something sitting around on your tables? Now, I know there's a hole there for the handle, and I will cut that out, but not right this minute. All right, so there we go. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right, so before I do the next sides, let me show you, for those who just came in, this is my new organization system for lace. Look at that. I've used those cardboard holders, and they work fine. It's just that when you put them in and out of like a box like this, they get bent. Oh, my brayer? I can do that. Let me get it here in a second. So these are, yep, the brayer. These are wood, so they won't bend. And they were very inexpensive, and they came with these little clips to hold on the lace so it doesn't come loose. And I'm sold on this so far. And then I can see them all because I turned them sideways. So that's my new system and this is just a fraction of the lace I have. I have a lot more to go, but that's some of the organizing I've been doing. Now, let me find my brayer. Back here in my rolly cart. And Mike had this great idea of using the brayer. I love it. All right, that's down really good. Now let's do the other two sides. Has anybody done this before? Are those called dolly clips? I don't know what they're called. I was asking my husband that. When you buy, or at least here in the States, when you buy a shirt, like a button, well, not even button down, anything that's folded, sometimes those little clips are on the shirt holding everything together. But I don't know what they're called, and I do want to get some more because on some of those wooden, I'm assuming they sent me, I bought 200 of the wooden pieces, and I'm assuming they sent me 200 of the clips. Oh, bless me. I don't know if that's allergies or just dust down here. It gets real dusty down here. All right, what did I do with my other piece? There it is. You get them on, like I said, you get them on shirts, but I need to order more of just the clips because on some of those cards, I have like, thank you, I have like 2 or 3 different laces on them. So I had to use more than one clip per card. So I'm going to run out, and I need to buy more. They use those clips at the cleaners. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them used with clothing before, but they came with this, and it was really I thought it was a great price for, in fact, I was looking at them online with somebody else the other day, yesterday, and we found that, let's just put this down here. These were actually less expensive than some of the cardboard ones. Now, the only drawback to them, as was pointed out to me, let's see, thank you. So I had to be creative in making cards. Stickers, thank goodness the people I gave the cards to. Oh, cool. What was I saying? So they were cheaper than some of the cardboard ones. The only downside is they won't bend. So if you have to bend them to get them into your space where you store them, they're not going to bend. To me, that's a positive, not a negative. But I guess it just depends on your perspective. All right, let's go along here and glue this down. I'm going to push that in and that over. Just a little bit around the edge. Yeah, I had actually all of that antique lace that I bought, Elisa, that came on toilet paper rolls, but as they were in the box, they just got crushed. And I don't know, it just didn't, I have so much of it that it just got crushed. And so I took all that off the toilet paper rolls and put them on these. And maybe I'm just really rough with stuff. I mean, that's entirely possible. Oh, Big Mama. Welcome back. I'm just barely getting the paper on this. Oops. All right. So that's all covered. I'm going to wait till it dries. And then what I'm going to do is poke out for these little hand holes. And I am going to be distressing this. So I didn't see, I asked a question, then I got busy and I didn't see if anybody answered. Has anybody made one of these? Anybody? All right. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Cute little box. Let's pick a paper to put underneath. And I've got some really cute I don't know if these will be big enough. Nope. 6x6 won't work. 8x8 would. But let me dig through my papers up here and see what I've got. I don't want anything that's gonna overpower the sides. But I want to give it some pattern. I've got so much paper. It's not even funny. There's a piece we could put on the bottom. It's just some script. Or, ooh, that's cool. How about that one? And then we'll do something else on the inside, maybe, because I don't think I have enough of that to do the inside as well. How about this one? And we'll cut it. Never made one. Super cute. Naughty box. You are a bad, bad box. You're not even square. Oh my God, Mike, you crack me up. And when you're not here, I don't get my daily dose of Mike. Let's see, what did Pam say? Oh, Pam's laughing. Oh. Oh, yeah. Good luck with the passport thing. Cheryl's got a big trip to Ireland coming up, and she is so excited about it. I don't blame her. I have been to Ireland, and it is indeed a wonderful country. It's a fun place. All right, let's go right here. All right. I guess it doesn't really matter which way we put it on. So what do you guys think about that for the bottom? I like it. So if you don't, I'm sorry. Okay, Elisa, I hope you come back and see us again. It was fun having you here. We do, oh, hey, Tex Judy. Women Rule Ireland. I still owe you an invoice, Judy, and I will get that out. I'm just really, I'd rather craft than do the administrative things, but I do, and I need to get another one out to April too. So I will get those out. I promise. I got you the product, so that's mostly what I was worried about. All right. I found a bigger brush, you guys. I went looking over in the metals area, and I found a bigger brush. That is aggravating when your keyboard isn't behaving properly. It would help if I put it on straight, wouldn't it? There we go. We'll go back to this brayer like, whoops. Like Mike suggested, that was a brilliant idea. All right, we're going to distress all this, like I said, so I'm not worried if it. My neighbor was half Irish and half Native American. Oh. Oh, really? Now that I didn't know. I went to Ireland for work, but I arranged my business trip so that I would be there over a weekend, or I could stay over a weekend. Just kind of spend my own money and, pay my hotel and stuff for a weekend and get a weekend in Ireland. And I was down in Cork and rented a car. Did I tell you guys a story about that car rental? There was a story. There's a story behind just about everything I do. Did I tell you guys about the flat tire on the rental car? Maybe you don't want to hear another one of my stories either. I tend to go long on my stories. No? Well, so we just took taxis for the work stuff, like going into the office and stuff. I was there with another gal that I worked with. And when the weekend came and we were going to drive to some different cities and see some sights, I wanted to get a car. And the flat tire, you heard it? We'd like to hear it. Okay. Even though you've already heard it, I guess not everybody's heard it. So I had to rent a car. Well, in Europe, there are very few automatics. Most everything is manual shift, stick shift. And so I rented this car, and in Cork, I don't know, I can't remember if it was like this in all the towns in Ireland, but definitely in Cork, there are no street signs. Say the story again. Okay. There are no street signs, so it's all landmark. Go down to this and take a left, kind of like in the old days, right, in our country. And this was many years ago, so there was no GPS in the car, and I was just on my own to find my way around. So that was interesting. Then driving on the other side of the road, and when you take a turn, your muscle memory has you turn into the right lane. Well, you have to turn into the left side when you're driving on the wrong side of the road. So trying to manage, and then the stick shift, the gears were opposite, right? So if you're sitting in a car with a stick shift, first gear is going to be closest to you as the driver and at the top. Well, when you're in one of their cars, oh, I know, and there's no street signs, Mike. So first gear is all the way farthest from you as the driver and to the top. So you have to remember what gear you're shifting into. And there's just a lot to think about when you're driving, on the wrong side of the road in a different country where there are no street signs. Is it like that in all of Ireland, Mike? I know it was where I was. Well, so I was getting the hang of that. We were doing okay. And we were headed down to Kinsale on Saturday. And the roads, like the kind of country roads like Mike's talking about, they're very narrow, first of all. They're 2-lane. Explore. Yeah, good morning, Donna. Yeah. Um, uh, Mostly southern. Yeah, I was in the south. So the roads are very narrow, and on each side of the road, instead of having a shoulder, they do have a grassy area, but they're lined with these huge boulders. I mean, they're big. And so you're on a narrow road, you're driving a car that is uncomfortable to drive, and you're on the wrong side of the road. And when you drive like in our country, you get used to distances, like how close you are to the edge of the road and that. But when you're on the other side of the road, it's hard to judge that. Well, we're driving down this little country road, and I got too far over on the driver's side, which was the shoulder, unlike our driving, which would be the passenger side. And I hit, I mean, probably going about 45, I hit one of those boulders and it blew the tire out big time. So I'm like, oh crap. So I pulled over into a driveway. Oh, is that what they're for, Mike? Well, they're a nuisance as far as I'm concerned. I blew out the tire and pulled over. You can't pull over on the side of the road because those dang boulders are there. So I had to pull into a driveway, somebody's house driveway, kind of, pull off that way. And we're like, okay, what are we going to do? Neither one of us knew how to change a tire. And we're laughing. I mean, it was just funny, being in this country. And we looked up and down the road. Here comes this huge tractor. Like it's an old timey tractor, but it's a big one. And on the tractor is a guy in overalls. I mean, typical what you would think of country. And he stopped, and in his Irish accent, I'm not even going to try to do an Irish accent, he says, are you ladies okay? And we said, well, no, I said, I blew out a tire and I don't know how to change it. And he just shook his head. And I know what was going through his mind, American drivers. So he got off his tractor and he changed the tire and put the broken one or the flat one back in the car for us. And he says, you girls be careful now. And off we went. But yeah, that was so I had to go find a tire repair place. It's a brogue. Well, I think, doesn't that depend on what part of Ireland you come from? Aren't the accents different? Just like they are in our country, I guess, with the southern and anyway, it was an experience, I'll tell you. That big guy, and he was a big burly guy, came and fixed the tire for us. So, all right, let's keep going with this. Let's see. No, I don't want to use that in there. That's too blah. So I want to get some paper that will wrap around the inside of this, and then a piece to lay down in the bottom of it. Although, yeah, I don't think this is big enough. Yeah, I could put a piece of that in the bottom, but it's not quite wide enough. Not quite wide enough. All right, let's see what I've got up here in my patterned papers. I'm sure there's something up here that we will all like. Okay, I've got this one. I don't have much left of this, but it's a Tim Holtz. And not that one. Not that. I'm whittling down my paper pads. I'm going to have to start buying more. Let me look at one more here. All right. I probably should because let me tell you one other really funny story. This is one of the funniest stories of my travels. I was in Tokyo, and it was in the monsoon season, and it is, if you guys think we have humidity in this country, holy cow, Japan during the monsoon season is unbearable. Well, I had to take the train to the customer's office, and we were having meetings there. So I took the train and I got off, and I had a few blocks to walk. Well, I had a suit on that was a heavy dark blue suit, because I didn't pay attention to the weather before I went. So I was dripping sweat. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was so sweaty. And I got to the office, and the the reception area, there were like 5 or 6 receptionists, and they all had in front of them like a little podium thing that they sat behind, and they were all dressed alike. They looked like flight attendants. They had little hats on, and they had their suits, and it was this was a really big company I was going into. And they didn't speak English. And so what you do there is you tell them your name and who you're there to see, and then you sit down in the lobby and you wait till that person comes down to get you. Well, I was asking for the bathroom, the restroom, so I could kind of take a paper towel and clean myself up a little bit from all the sweat. Oh, good. I'm glad, Queen Bee. And they didn't really, but I said bathroom and they understood that. And I'm going to draw you a little picture here. So we walked down, so they walked me down to the where the restrooms were, and we're coming down a hallway like this. And then there is, it kind of, so there's a door, whoops, there's a door here, and then this little hallway zigs, or zags, whatever, and there's a little hallway down here. Well, so we get to about here, and the lady points straight ahead. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I see this door. That must be the bathroom. So I go in there, shut the door and lock it, and everything is pint sized. I mean, the toilet's way down to the floor. The sink is down to the floor. The mirror was tilted out. So the only way I could see in the mirror was to like get down on my knees so I could look up into the mirror. I couldn't see in the mirror. And I thought, holy cow, what in the world is this? Is this how their bathrooms are? And so I got cleaned up as best I could and I went back out. Well, later in the day, I asked to use the restroom again, and they walked me down the hall to the right, down here, and there was another door, and there was a bathroom over here, and it was the regular bathroom. What I had walked into was the handicap stall. And that's why the mirror was tilted while I guess the toilet would have been up high for handicap. But it was just all out of disproportionate. But the thing that really got me was the mirror, that I had to get on my knees to look in the mirror. And those receptionist ladies were probably giggling over that all day long, that I went into the handicap stall, because when I went down to the regular one, it was a regular restroom. Although in Japan, they have doors that fully close to the stalls. There's no gaps underneath or on the sides, because for them, modesty is really important, and the noise of peeing in the toilet um, was not ladylike. And they even had a little button on the wall that you could push. It didn't flush the toilet, but it made a flushing noise. So you could push that while you were peeing and they wouldn't hear you. So that was interesting. So anyway, that's my funny Japan story. Going into the handicap stall and what those ladies must have thought of the crazy American lady. Anyway, yeah, I've had some interesting, so I want to put this out so I can see what colors we're working with here. I've got this one. That's about all I see in that one. Let's look in this one next. I know, Queen Bee, it was, I mean, it's like, leave it to me and I'll find a way to embarrass myself. That Japan trip had a whole lot of interesting things. I went to lunch with the guys. It was all men. There were no women there. And there was an interpreter there for me. What do you guys think about that in the middle? Let me pull it out and we'll look at it. So we went to this restaurant for lunch and they asked me, the interpreter asked me, do you like cooked fish or raw fish? And I said, oh, I prefer cooked, please. And so they ordered for me because I don't want that one. I couldn't read the menu. So they ordered for me. My cooked fish came out. It was little. It was about this long, and it was a whole fish. It was cooked, but it had the head, it had the guts still in it. It was the whole fish. So me, I'm not going to eat that. But, you know, in Japan, you can really insult them by not, you know, doing what you're supposed to do and being polite. So I took my, oh, there you go. I took my fork. I did have a fork. I didn't eat with chopsticks. And I just sort of flaked away whatever flesh I could get off the side of that little tiny fish. And I ate that, but I left the rest of it. I mean, they said cooked fish. I'm thinking a fillet of something, you know, some sort of little fillet. No, no such luck. Yeah, I don't know if this pad really goes. All right, here we go. A and B. A is this brown pattern, and B is this lighter colored, like it's got postcards and mail stuff. And there's the pattern on the box. So what do you think? A or B? Yeah, I didn't get any of that, Mike, but B, the lighter color one. I have other stories about Japan I'll have to tell sometime. I'm not going to tell any more today. B. You would starve. B. Well, you can eat like ramen noodles. Okay, everybody wants B. I mean, you can eat like ramen noodles. And so we know this is 1 3/4 inches high, although that's not including the bottom of the tray. So I'm still going to do it 1 3/4. And what I'm going to do is wrap it around just the inside, just like I did with the other paper, and then go around again. So let's do 1 3/4. Did I ever tell you? Oh, there was one already cut. Did I tell you guys about, yeah, it's a little bit high, but not too bad. Did I tell you guys about going to Argentina and what I asked the cab driver when we were there? on my way to the hotel. Yeah, they do. But what they serve is not what you think of when you think McDonald's. Although I think I had a fillet of fish in Tokyo. But yes, they do have McDonald's. Okay, so we can put that in and glue it around. Let me do one more strip of 1.25 inches. Tell about Argentina. You love to hear my stories. Don't you, Queen Bee? So when I was young, my dad was in the army and we were stationed in Panama for a while. And so because we were there, I had to learn Spanish. I mean, that was just, you had to learn, you had to study it in school. And I could have sworn, and to this day, I still believe it's true, that the word for cowboys was caballero. And so I'm in this cab going to my hotel with a guy who speaks zero English. The cab driver. Okay, I need to fix this a little bit. I'm a little bit off here. He speaks zero English, but I still have a little bit of Spanish in my arsenal. And I know that they raise cattle. Beef in Argentina is amazing. So is it in Japan, but beef in Argentina is amazing. And I know that they raise a lot of cattle there. And so I asked the guy, I said something about the pretty trees because they had beautiful trees. And trees are árboles. I do still have the Spanish accent that I learned. That I've managed to keep. Not all the vocabulary, but anyway, so I said something about all the trees, and he said, yes, yes. And I said, oh, muchos caballeros in Buenos Aires. I was in Buenos Aires. And he kind of chuckled and he looked in the rearview mirror at me and he said, sí. And come to find out, I learned the hard way. Now this was in the 70s when I learned that cowboys were caballeros. So yeah, what I was saying to him is, there are lots of men in Argentina, aren't there? As if I was there looking for a man. So that was my Argentina story. Silly me. He probably wondered what in the world I was there for. Lots of men in Argentina. But yes, I've had lots of fun experiences. I was kind of surprised he didn't try to give me his phone number or something. Where's Lori B today? I was talking to her just yesterday. I hope she's okay. I'll tell you, that's one thing that I loved about the jobs I had where I got to travel internationally. I am fascinated by different cultures. Absolutely fascinated. And when I was traveling, I was doing a lot of corporate training on Salesforce.com. And I mean, I was in several places in Asia, all over Europe, South America, and then, of course, the US. But, that didn't stick very well. I guess I need to probably coat the paper. Argentina is a beautiful place. And the thing about Argentina, because some places in South America are not safe. I was in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I don't know if I told you guys that story, but not safe at all. Not a safe country. But Argentina, like right downtown, where we were staying, the harbor's right there. And they redid the harbor district to be, because the ships couldn't, for some reason, they couldn't use that harbor anymore or something. And so they changed it into like restaurants and shops and stuff like that. Well, because it was in the harbor district, it was still policed by the harbor, I don't know what the branch of government was, but it was patrolled by like policemen. So you could walk down there, and this one I gotta leave up. You could walk down on the, even two of us girls. I apologize, B. So we had a lot of fun. We went to all the shops, and went and had dinner after dark. Didn't feel unsafe at all. There were police everywhere. So the bad guys didn't really mess with you. I bought a painting in Argentina that was painted by a man who had no arms. He painted with the paintbrush in his teeth, and the painting is amazing. Okay, let's put this in this corner. That back down. Okay, I think we've just about got it. Oh, I'll be in trouble if I forget this. So I had one of the ladies in here contacted me yesterday and wanted to know if we wanted to set up a list for random acts of kindness. She's got all sorts of stuff she wants to get rid of, and she wanted to you slept in. We're decorating a box. Now this is up a little bit, but that's okay because we're gonna sand it down. All right, so there's the inside. Now I need to, what did I do with my ruler? Get a ruler, and I need to cut a little square piece just to go in the bottom of this. It's hard to get my brayer in there, Mike, so I used my bone folder. So anyway, she wanted to know if this group would be interested in doing a random act of kindness list. And my comment was, that'd be great for those who want to participate. And if you don't, you don't have to. And you're not obligated to send anything out. She just wants to send some stuff. And if you want to, you can. You don't have to. But my concern was keeping everybody's information private. And here's what I came up with. If you want to participate in a random act of kindness program, many of you, I already have your address. I just need to know from you that, yes, I want to participate. And then I'll put you on the random act of kindness list. Let's see. That's 4.5. I was going. So we're 4.5 by 6.5. No, 6. By 6.5. Oh, Benadryl hangover, yuck. So what I thought is, some of you already have, like I said, I have your addresses. I don't have all. If you're interested, just let me know. Yes, I want to be included in Random Act of Kindness. And I will put you on the RAK list. Now, my problem is, where to store that, because I don't do a group and I'm not going to post it in here because I don't, I don't want it. This is open to everybody on the internet, and I don't want your information just out there for the world to see. So I thought, oh, now what did I do there? How did I do that? Oh, that's more than 4.5. Looks like I got to cut another piece. And the 6.5 is a little too long. Random act of kindness with a purpose. Well, hang on. Let me hear about that in just a second. So we were 6.5. I'm going to go one less. And this was 4. Okay, I think this is the right dimensions. No, what in the world? Why can't I measure today? I can't measure. I lost my measuring capabilities. Okay. Okay, that's perfect that way. This way, I need to go about there. So let me get this random act of kindness thing out because I keep getting, my mind keeps wandering. So if you want to receive random acts of kindness, you can tell me, email me, message me, whatever. Let me know that you'd like to be on the RAK list. And I'll put you on the list. And if you want to send random acts of kindness, you can contact me and I will email you the list. So if you're on the list, just know your information may be shared with some of the members of this group. How'd you run a marathon? Do you get restless leg syndrome, Lori? Lori B? Okay, this has got a little bit of wiggle. This is not exactly square, so I'm going to put this down and then I'll probably put either washi tape. I'm thinking I might just put a little piece of twine around the inside of that to cover up where the gaps are. And if nobody's interested, then we won't do random acts of kindness. I used to have restless leg syndrome so bad. And if you have never had it, it is the most miserable thing you can think of. And the only way I can describe it is it feels like there are bugs crawling up and down your legs underneath the skin. That's the only way. What do you think, Lori B? Is that a good description for it? It is just so miserable and uncomfortable, and you can't sleep. Oh, yeah. Most washi tape is, the masking tape. I have tons of it. I don't know how it would behave over alcohol inks. You'd have to try it, I guess. I honestly don't know. All right, there's our little box. Now we've got a little bit showing here, so I think I'm just going to take a little twine and put around there. And not done by gouache. Oh my gosh, restless leg syndrome is, it is just so bad. I still get it occasionally, but not as bad as I used to. I don't get it nearly as much anymore. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, and we're going to distress this. And then I'll go around it with the inks. But I want to distress the edges and take the paper back a little bit. Kind of down to the wood. Yeah, I just don't know about masking. I'm not sure Vaseline would work for masking because, now see, I got that a little too far, but that looks cool because that's just a really distressed edge. So we're just going to go around this thing, distress all the edges. In the masked spaces. Yeah, the thing that I would worry about with washi tape is that if you're putting liquid and you're trying to mask that off you know, with just the liquid, that it might seep under, because those washi tapes really aren't that. Ooh, that's not good. I don't want that to happen. Those washi tapes aren't real, you know, sticky. Masking fluid, yeah. That's what I was going to say next, is try some of the masking fluids for watercolors. I think that would be a better bet than the washi tape. First, that's just my personal opinion. I could be totally off base, because I just know that, like with the washi tapes, they come up really easy. And if you don't put some glue on them, they don't stay down really well. And you don't want to put glue on it, because then it would pull up your alcohol ink. So I'm just not sure that the washi tapes would work. What do y'all think? Rubber cement, that's an idea. I don't know. Like I said, for me personally, I would go with something that's made for that purpose, which would be the masking fluid. That would be my take on it, but I am no expert, so I have no clue. I pulled that up again. Stay down. I have no clue. Donna's got some good. I got latex masking fluid, just trying to avoid an even. Oh, yeah. I'm just not sure about the washi tape. Try it. You know, try it on a piece that you're okay if it gets messed up. I should probably have a dust mask on. Well, yes, I would like to, but I don't know if I have anything. I may have to order something. I thought about that, Donna, and I thought, yes, I would like to, if I can. Because I just don't think I have anything. It needs to be kind of small feet. Oh, Mike, she's asking if I'm going to put feet on this box that I'm making here. And I would like to. So this is just my take at how to make this. You guys, there are other videos out there that show different ways, but it would have meant taking the rice paper all the way around the bottom, and I just can't see wasting rice paper when it's the bottom of the box. You know what I mean? I'm just sanding this down so it sands off that extra lip that I have up there. Oh, that was stupid. I blew it all right into my face. Use beads and a good glue. Oh, I could do that. I got tons of beads. I'll have to look. I don't know if I'll get that done today, but that's a good idea, Donna. And I've got some really cool beads too that would. But I am going to seal this whole thing with another coat of matte medium once I get it all distressed. And then, now what I didn't do was anything across this lip here. And I thought I would do something with some laces. That was my thought on that. Just a real tiny lace or ribbon that I could glue down around it. Well, I sure wouldn't want to have to do this sanding by hand if this were a big project. It's okay for this little box, but it would be miserable on a big piece. You are full of good ideas today, Donna. So Mimi, your package went out yesterday. Paula's not here, but the Oliver Journal went out yesterday. And then I had an Etsy order to send out. Hey, Penny. We are, it's a gift. What, good ideas? Hey, you just got to throw out ideas. Some are the absolute right thing. Some maybe not, but hey, it's all about throwing ideas out and seeing which ones stick. This is still a little bit wet here. Okay, almost done with this. And actually, I may actually, instead of putting matte medium on the top of this, I may spray this with like a satin lacquer. I have some over there. And I may use that instead because I'm going to distress the edges of this, and I'm afraid that, there we go. So all the corners are distressed. The edges are all distressed. I'm going to go a little bit more here. Now the other place I have to distress, I have to cut out around those handles, but I want to make absolutely certain that that glue is dry before I do that. Oh my gosh, I've got stuff everywhere. All right, so Penny, we're working on this little tray. It's got some handles here that I got to cut out, but we're working on this little tray. And let me put my lid back on my matte medium. Ooh, I hit my mouse. Let me make sure that. The only stupid question is the left unasked. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. All right, so there it is, a nice soft pastel interior. And then we've got this around the sides, and then we've got this on the bottom. Now, let's see. I saw the other day where my twine was. I remember seeing it and thinking, oh, there's where it went. And of course, I didn't pull it out and put it somewhere where I would be able to find it easily. I just looked at it and said, oh, there it is. Okay. we'll punt and do something different because I have up here somewhere some. So what's everybody doing today? Everybody doing fun stuff? Okay, where did it go? I had some, it's actually paper twine. It's twisted up, and I have this other tray too, but we won't do that one today. Oh, I have this other rice paper that I had before I got, that's okay, we're already done, but I have this other rice paper too. 2 folders of it. Okay. I cannot find what I did, and I just saw it yesterday. I see all these things on my desk, and then I can't find them again when I need them. I don't know what happened to that. Hang on. I just don't know, guys. I had 2 different types of. There it is. Okay. How about if we just put. Yeah, that covers it up. So I'm just going to put a bead of Fabri-Tac. Let's see, Donna, instead of sending flowers, I talked to him about an idea. I'm sending him a flowering bush. Yes, I like that idea. You know, I'm not a huge, I mean, I like getting flowers, don't get me wrong. But flowers die, you know, they're so short-lived, and I don't know. I like the idea of the bush because then you have it, you know, forever. You have it forever. I had, when we moved out of our first house in Raleigh to a bigger house, my son worked one summer at a landscaping company. And he brought me home for Mother's Day a rose bush, beautiful rose bush. And I planted it in the yard. And then when we moved, I couldn't really dig it up because it was part of the landscape, but I hated leaving that behind because it was a gift from my baby boy. This is a nice little touch on the inside here. It's not going to get in the way of anything being stored in here. It's just right up into the corner. And it just gives it a little extra something, something. So, you know, I told you guys that one of my words this year is planning. I'd like to plan to get some merchandise, coffee cups maybe. So if anybody wants to, not necessarily as a revenue thing, but as more as a, you know, to remind you of art before breakfast. And you can drink your coffee out of your ABB mug, and I don't know. I just thought it might be kind of fun. Let's see, Big Mama, we are having a memorial service in May, planting a hawthorn tree for our grandson. Oh, that is sweet. I mean, that kind of stuff that lives on. Flowers, you know, within a week they're gone. I mean, if you want to do that in addition to, I guess that's one thing, but to just do some flowers that are going to be gone. Almost done here, you guys. Oh, we're at an hour and a half, so I'm going to finish putting this on, and then I will look for some lace or some other stuff to put on this, and I'll see if I can find something for feet, and we'll come back on Friday. I did not get my crosses done for our field trip. But you know what, you guys? It is so stinking cold out there. It's like in the 20s in the morning, and I don't know if I'm ready to go out and work in those cold temps. So we'll see. Hey, this is the most time-consuming part of all. But I think it really adds a lot. Adds a lot of character to the box. The little extra something something. Okay, I didn't see anybody react to the random act of kindness. So I'm not going to put anybody on the list unless you let me know, because I don't want to be giving out your information. Like I said, I have a lot of, you know, mailing addresses for a lot of you, because you bought from me, or, you know, I've sent you stuff, but I'm not going to share that with anybody unless you give the okay to do so. So I'm going to open it again one more time right now, for you guys to let me know do you want to be on the random act of kindness list. You don't have to say no, only yes if you want to be on it. If I don't hear from you, I will assume you don't want to be on it. All right. Look at that. We've got a little bit of twine running around the bottom to cover up where the papers didn't quite meet. And the next thing I'm going to do is ink up the edges, which I'll go ahead and do, and then spray it. And then if we have any more embellishments, we'll do that on Friday. One does a random act of kindness. They don't do it with any expectations. Absolutely. It's just a random act of kindness. Here I'm doing something just because I want to. No expectation of anything in return. And I'll tell you, this person who asked me has a lot of really cool stuff. So, so you guys let me know if you want it. And then I got to punch out these edges. And what I'm going to do is take that sandpaper and sand around and then ink up inside the holes there. But I want to make sure that's really dry before I do that. So we're going to end it here. Oh, let me show you my junk journal January. So, and I've got glue all over my hands. So the prompt yesterday was quote. So I took one of those quotes from Charles Dickens that we had for the, and I used, there is nothing in the world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. And then I put this little girl on there because there is nothing like a child's belly laugh. No, she wants to send stuff out. No, this is not Marguerite Miller. This one's called Junk Journal January. I'm doing Marguerite Miller too. But I know, isn't that just sweet? So yeah, she doesn't want to have to do a sale. She just wants to, when she thinks about it, be able to send something out. And so I said, well, I'll ask. And, whoever wants to be on the list can. And if not, but I don't know, Big Mama, where else I would put it, that it wasn't just open to anybody on the internet. That's the problem I'm having. I don't have a group on Facebook, so I can't put it there. Well, I'm doing Junk Journal January. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't know, Big Mama. I just don't know the best way to do that without putting, people's information just out, for anybody to find it, because I don't think anybody would want that. Get some creep, get a hold of it. All these men who keep reaching out to us ladies, we wouldn't want one of them to get a hold of it. Oh, I know. And I was saying in my video, Lori B, that my son, when he was little, he had the best little kid's belly laugh. And man, hearing a kid do that belly laugh there's nothing like it. Yeah, but we don't have that for YouTube, and I don't have a Facebook group where you can answer questions. That's my problem. That's where I'm stuck. So we'll think about it some more. We'll think about some more different solutions. I don't Um, I don't have a Facebook group and I don't want a Facebook group. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. All right, there's our tray so far. We need to ink her up, need to carve out the handles, and maybe I'll put some little twine or leather handles on it as well. We'll see. All right, ladies, if you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. And oh, one new thing. Yeah, I hear you. Have a wonderful day. Love you all. And we'll finish this box up on Friday. Tomorrow we're going to go see Penny. I won't be there, Penny. I have a mammogram in the morning to make sure the cancer is staying away. But I'll see you guys all on Friday. Talk to you later. Bye.